been in the league as long as you've been in the league, how does having the first pick differ from anything else?
Again, it's the first time for me to be in this situation, so I'm a rookie. I'm a rookie at it. So, I think at one time we had the 5th pick. And if you're talking to a coach that's been in this situation very often, that's not a good thing. You're probably not talking to that guy. So I just know from being in it, you have a game plan on everything that you face going through a season. And towards the end of the season, I knew we would be picking high. So we had a plan to get started right away. We tried to speed up the process on when we brought guys in, when we did certain things. So we'll have just as much time as possible to make these decisions. So I just know our experience with it. It's been I have enjoyed it, and again, to do it one time isn't all bad.
Coach, Jameis Winston's attorney, David Cornwell, said last week that he thought that Jameis Winston might not be ready mentally, emotionally, from a maturity standpoint to be an NFL player. First of all, did that comment surprise you based on your interaction with Jameis Winston? Did you agree with it? What do you think of it?
Well, as far as agreeing with it, I think when you do something for the first time, are you prepared? Are you ready? Been married 35 years. Was I ready when I first? I don't know. Something is totally new to me. But I think you can just prepare as best as you possibly can. And I would probably say that about all of the players coming into the league. Are they really ready? Most of them probably think that they're not. Some of them think that they are, but are you really ready? No. I know my first year as a head football coach in the league, I thought I was ready and tried to prepare as much as possible, but was I ready? But I think you figure it out as you go through it. You're not gonna do it by yourself. You're gonna have a lot of people that are helping you get through every stage of the process, and that'll be the case with this group of rookies.
Coach, in the process of designing your offense, how much has been done? And if you were to go quarterback, do you feel that either one of the top 2 guys will be able to fit in what Dirk Cutter's already kind of established in the philosophy that you're going to go?
Yes, our Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, we need a guy that can throw the football. He needs to be able to do some other things too. Leadership is important. Buying time in the pocket, there's a lot of different things. But, yes, and we are excited about the direction our offense is going. We have a good idea of what it will look like. This is part of the process too, but we're going to adjust it based on who we have. Every offense, every defense, you have to have, it has to be an adjustable group, whether it's offense, defense, and we feel like that'll be the case. Excited about, coaches can't get on the field for the first 2 weeks of the off season, but I'm excited about, especially for our offense, on just them finding out what, determining out some things have changed, but just that first step is pretty exciting for our offense.
Coach, you mentioned a championship mentality. How do you define that?
Well, I don't think there's a lot of ways you can define it, but I think first you just have to start having that. If your goal is, what is the goal of everyone every year? Of course, to win the championship. So you have to just, as we talk about it, it's just working towards that with everything that you do. And that's just trying to do the best that you possibly can every day. Every opportunity, you have a chance to get better. And every opportunity and every day you have a chance to come in here and work to improve something, you're getting a championship mentality by that. And that's just doing everything you possibly can to get better each day with everything that we do. And it's the mindset that we have right now. We're all starting from the same spot. And again, why not? Why not us?
Well, Coach, when you know these quarterbacks, do you feel comfortable that, say you did go that route, that either of them would be able to start?
That's good. Jenny, you say in case we went that route. Now keep going.
If that is the case and you've watched them very closely, would you be comfortable with either of them starting for you week 1?
Well, as far as who I'm comfortable with, I think as a general rule you have to give their rookies coming in. They have a lot to learn. But I'm comfortable with the best person that I feel like can help us win. I've never been caught up on whether a guy was a rookie, a veteran, whatever. you just go through the process, and go in the process I'm talking about of getting there in the classroom, on the field, preseason games, all of that. We'll know then. And if that's a young guy that we're having to start at any of the positions, I'll be fine with that.
You spend a lot of time with these quarterbacks. To people out there, what tells you that Jameis is a young man of character?
What tells me that James? Oh, I mean, I'm just not going to just go into Jameis. I'm going to put the whole group together and stuff. You just, as much as you can, Martin, you just spend as much time with them, and you talk to as many people as you possibly can and get information. And I'm talking about people that you trust, and that's what we've done. We've talked to a lot of people that we trust. I'm talking about trust their opinion, and then from there, you bring them in. And for me, in certain positions, I've tried to spend as much time as I possibly could with them. And again, I feel pretty good right now. And if we sign a player, if we draft a player, and I don't feel comfortable with that, we won't draft them. So if it's somebody that we're picking, we've been through that, and we feel very good about them representing us and doing what we need to do.
The word comfortable has been used a lot. I know you used it up at the owners' meetings. You've mentioned it today. Jason,
I'm sorry, one more time, the first part of your
the word
question.
comfortable gets used a lot
Yes.
by you and Jason. Do you have to get to the point, both of you, that you have to be extremely confident with the pick over comfort?
Well, I think you're using words right now. To me, comfortable mean I'm okay with it. But you look at me on the sideline, I'm not hopping up and down 1 second and down here. I'm kind of there. So when I say comfortable, I'm okay with it. I'm going to say I'm comfortable with Gerald McCoy being our 3 technique around here. Now, tomorrow I'm not going to come in and say I'm really comfortable with him. I can't go any further than that. So if I said that and we said that, yes, we're fine with it.
Are you and Jason on the same page as far as the way you rank the quarterbacks, the way you rank the top 5 players in the draft?
Yes, we are. We're in total agreement.
Coach, what can you say about George?
And just not as a staff. It's Jason and I, but we've been bringing, and go back to the first pick of the draft, you bring more people involved and make sure that we can all come to an agreement, and that's definitely the case. Yes.
Coach, what can you say about George Johnson and signing him like you did?
We look at a lot, coaches. I mean, we say look at a lot of video. You're supposed to look at a lot of video. We have. And also went back and looked at a lot of our video when we played the Detroit Lions this past year. And George was impressive, to say the least. I've talked a lot about our defensive line and what we need to have on the defensive line. And then we brought him in to visit with him, talk to him face-to-face, man-to-man. Liked everything he said. Sometimes some players are kind of Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you just kind of hate that they ever left. And I'll definitely say that's the case with George. I know he's excited. We have a role for him, and can't wait to get him on the field.
Loving, along the same lines, what do you like about Bruce Carter, and how well does he fit what you need a middle linebacker to be in this defense?
We want athletes, the type we play, size, all that speed. It helps when you've been in the system and where you know what we're expecting from our linebackers, and that's the case with Bruce. But when he came in, I liked him. Then meeting, we did. Hardy Nickerson, Leslie Frazier, all of us. But I like this play. He's a productive guy. He had splash plays, with the Cowboys. So we just think he's what we're looking for. And again, we don't have to, look too far in the future. His history says that we think we have an idea of how he'll play for us.
In terms of the defensive guys you signed in free agency, really with the exception of George, who was here before, but you've gone to some of your roots in Chicago to get some guys, Henry Milton and Chris Conti, and then in Dallas, guys that have played under Rod. Just how important was it to find players in free agency that know this system coming in here, being able to play day one?
I think it's important to, first off, just get good football players. And if they have a little far to go, we can teach them our system. But when you have good football players that play your style of ball and they know the system too, you're just that much farther ahead. we're a lot farther ahead in what we're trying to do this year than last, just based on the experience of them being in the system. So that helped a lot. Wasn't the only factor that we took into consideration, but again, it helped a lot.